Salvete Omnestus, I'm Amelia, also known as the Martian Geek, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. In the last episode, we were unjustly imprisoned, and now there are soldiers all over the city because there was a burglary, so let's talk to them. I can't believe these sky bandits managed to circumvent our search, and just walked right into town and burglarized a bunch of places. We were really outdone this time. You don't say. Let's see. Is that the only soldier around here? Oh, there's one. General Morgan may be stubborn, but he's running the show and he's a very capable leader. I wouldn't expect any less from the man who defeated the Imperial Army in the war a decade ago. But what gets me is why he's having so much trouble this time around. I pronounce words good. So, we also got our spoony bard back in the party, and I actually forget if it was off or on camera that I kitted him out, but just for review, he now has an HP 2 quartz and a poison quartz. And some other stuff. Don't think anyone else's quartz needs to be changed. It seems pretty well fine. I mean, I could open up Sherazard or Oliveir's other slots, but resources are tight in this part of the game. Okay, so we can't just... there's another soldier. It seems that the group of sky bandits in the old mine consisted of 2 females and a male. Rumor has it that they even have children in the mix. What, those people weren't sky bandits? I'm standing right here. Okay, let's talk to the people at the Orbital Factory. It looks like this store was hit by the burglars as well. I guess this isn't the time to be talking about business deals. Well, I mean, we can still buy quartz here, so... couldn't have been hit too hard, but here we go. Yay, this one turned out really cute. Niall, is this how you wanted this one? Yeah, sure, something like that. However, we really got screwed, you know that? Good afternoon. Are you working on another story? Looks like you two are on the trail of a scoop again. Hey, it's you kids. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. Boy, am I glad to see that they let you out of the clinker. Yeah, I heard all about you kids getting arrested by the army up at the old mine. You certainly had me worried. Why are you acting like you had nothing to do with it? It's your info that led us to the village. Hey now, what kind of face is that? Don't tell me you blame us. Did you go and check out the abandoned mine yourselves? Yeah, we did yesterday. But it was after you all had already been hauled off. We could have had a really great shot of your arrest had we been there. It really guts me that we missed such a perfect opportunity for a great shot. Priorities! I swear, you people in the news business. But anyway, I was wondering if you thought this looked like the handiwork of the Sky Bandits. It sure looks that way to me. It seems that the army is sniffing around for clues too. But to be honest, it looks like there's nothing to be found here anymore. I see, that does make things a bit more difficult. Well, Mr. Reporter, why don't you let me ask you this then? Do you know whence the Sky Bandits entered town? From whence is redundant. Whence already means from where, so yeah. According to witness statements, they were seen leaving through the west gate. Well, that's awfully strange. The mayor's residence and Bose Market are right through the west gate. And it seems like attacking those 2 places would be far more lucrative. When you put it that way, that makes a lot of sense. But if you don't mind me asking, who the heck are you anyway? Ha, I'm glad you asked. I am Olivier Lenheim, a wandering bard and gifted musician. I'm sure you've heard rumors about me, right? Oh right, you're the guy who drank wine without paying at that classy restaurant. It takes guts to stiff such a big bill. It's an honor to meet you, sir. You're making me blush. I'm ready for my interview any time, so don't hesitate to ask. Wow, really? I'm getting a headache just listening to this crap. These two are very much alike. I'm not even going to ask how this guy wound up with the rest of you. That would be for the best. Okay. Nearly everything. Well, to be fair, first-tier quartz aren't terribly valuable. Let's see. Wrong way. So, talk to the people at the weapon shop, I suppose? Hello. My shop got ripped off by a bunch of thieving criminals. And they took off with every last one of my pricey goods, too. Why did this have to happen to me at a time when there are hardly any goods around to begin with? Can we still buy stuff from him? Yep. Gameplay and story segregation. So now can we go up? Apparently we can't. So who else can we ask? Okay, this house was untouched. And let's see. That's the only other place we can really go, though. Except maybe here, I guess? Oh, here we go. The woman living here said that she had a precious memento taken by these crooks. Oops, me and my big mouth. Let's pretend like I didn't just tell you that. What I mean to say is, why don't you just ask her about it after I get done here? What happens if we ask her now? The kid's butt out, okay. I mean, we can do that. So not there. I like how, like, the entire right side there is just house. So I don't think we've been here. Are you bracers here to ask a few questions yourselves? This is a mess for the both of us, I tell you. Yes, it is. So this is just the back entrance to... yeah. Already talked to him. Have we talked to him? Are you the bracers we heard about? Since the mayor has asked you to look into things, I have no choice but to allow it. Just don't get in the way of the army's investigation. Us? Get in the way? Of the army? What do you think I'm trying to do, Sherazard? I don't have this... I don't know where else to ask. Is there anyone else at the Orbital factory we haven't talked to? Oh, there we go. My factory! My factory and all my goods, they're gone, except for your Action 1, Impede 2, Attack 1, etc. I've got to report this to either the Army or the Bracer Guild ASAP. Now, hold on just a minute. If either one of these groups saw what was written in that stolen ledger... yikes, I'd be in a world of hurt. So let's see, is there anyone else at the weapon shop? Event flags! So we already talked to everybody in here. Maybe it's a matter of camera positioning, like there's some soldier hiding behind something that I hadn't seen. Okay. Nobody up there. Another one of those instances where I didn't think it would admit that I needed to bother looking stuff up before making a fool of myself, but sometimes things happen, I suppose. And he's still not done in here. Seriously now, where else can we even check? So that just goes to the north block. We've already been in here. There aren't any other shops. Unless... yeah, no. Nobody else in here. Person's already doing questioning. What? We already talked to her. We already talked to both of these people. Hey, you there. Well, apparently we didn't already talk to both of those people? What, is something wrong? I thought I'd better give you a word of advice. Even if you are representing the mayor, at the end of the day you are all still civilians. We cannot have you wandering around here in the middle of our investigation. Who do you think you're talking to? Your advice seems rather more like a threat. I'm just saying you need to know your place. But if you're so adamant about investigating the matter, then do it after we've cleared out of here. If we get any more trouble out of you, then I'm going to have to give you a personal invitation to jail. Forget about it, Estelle. There's no use arguing with these gentlemen. Ha, for an ass in a lion's skin, you sure know how to throw your weight around, Mr. Soldier. What did you just say? May I ask what's going on here? Colonel? For a soldier in the prestigious Royal Army to be threatening our good citizens, that is an outright embarrassment to us all. But these aren't just civilians, sir. They're members of the Bracer Guild. Oh, is that so? Then I ask you once again, what is going on here? The army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. What do you intend to accomplish by being rude to our allies? But as far as the general is concerned... ah yes, that side of the general really concerns me. I'll take over the investigation from here, so please take your men and clear out. But sir, your men have been here since early this morning, so I presume that a sufficient investigation has been conducted by now, yes? I'll smooth things over with the general later. Wouldn't the general outrank him if he's a colonel? Is there anything else you wish me to address? No, sir. Alright, men, pack it up. We're returning to the Haken Gate. It looks like that's that. It seems that some of our personnel were rather impolite. Please allow me to apologize. I appreciate the gesture, but we made some slightly inflammatory remarks as well, so how about we let bygones be bygones? That suits me just fine. His hair kind of looks like an onion now that I think about it, with that point at the back, and... as I stated before, the army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. I think our two organizations working together grants us each the ability to make up for the other's shortcomings. I'm looking forward to any progress you make with this recent series of events. Thank you. We'll do what we can. He seemed like a decent guy. Yeah, I wonder who he is. Colonel, it's almost the appointed time. Oh, already? Excuse me, but it appears I must take my leave. Oh, but before I do, it looks like I haven't properly introduced myself. I am Alan Richard, a colonel in the Royal Army. If there is anything I can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to contact me. Yeah, sometimes I forget that Richard isn't his first name. Colonel Richard? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Niall was the one who mentioned his name earlier. He said something about him being a sharp young officer who leads the Royal Army's intelligence division. Oh, right. Wow, for someone in the military, he sure knows how to listen to others. Probably in his mid-30s, and he's not hard on the eyes either. He seems like he's more fit to be a politician than a service member in the army. Hey, you guys! Who is that you were just talking to in the black uniform? I could swear I've seen him somewhere before. Are you trying to tell me you didn't recognize him at all? I mean, you didn't either, Estelle. That was Colonel Richard of the Intelligence Division. You know, the guy you mentioned earlier. What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? As fun as that would be, nope. He said so himself, so I'm fairly confident he is who he says he is. To think that the legend himself would show up here. We can't wait around here like this any longer, Dorothy. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Aye, aye, sir. Although I'm really not sure why we're chasing after anyone. Did you see his eyes light up? I wonder if he's going to do an interview or something. Haha, anyone else in the army would brush him off, but I'm sure the colonel will oblige him. What's the matter with you, Olivier? You look serious, and I gotta say, I find it creepy coming from you. I was just thinking about the colonel. He's so handsome. I'll be the first to admit that he's quite the specimen of a man. But what? I can say with confidence that he doesn't stand a chance against me when it comes to the ladies. But I'd like to see him try just a little harder. It's no fun without a romantic rival. Somehow I don't think that's what he was thinking about. You just had to ask, didn't you, Joshua? I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I guess it's possible. Alright, let's see here. Now that the soldiers are gone, how about we resume our own investigation? Let's start by talking to all the people we couldn't talk to earlier. Good idea. Okay, let's do another round. And they are not among the people we couldn't talk to earlier. Hello, yellow. Yeah, that sounds scary. So that's them. I was putting my son to bed last night when suddenly some masked men kicked in the door and came storming in. I didn't tell my husband because I didn't want him to worry. But my ring, which was from my mother, was taken. I think she's actually the one who has the stolen ring. Yeah. So she's more important than most of the other NPCs. A bunch of strangers came in the house without asking. My mom and I were scared, so we hid under the bed. So yeah, we can't actually complete that side quest yet. Now we can finally not go back to the North Block. I already talked to everyone here. Let's see, I already went in here. Nobody else here. Welcome to the part of the show where I wander around the same city block for ages trying to figure out who I haven't talked to yet. Oh, hello there. Oh, dear me. Well, weren't you the bracers who came to ask questions not that long ago? Oh, right, we did come before. I'm really sorry I couldn't talk to you then. So what you came to ask about is what happened last night, right? Yes, that's right. Is this a good time for you? Yeah, this is as good a time as any. was the middle of the night, you see, when I heard a noise coming from outside. And I, of course, thought it was my husband coming home at such a late hour, so I opened the door and started yelling. But it turned out to be a group of masked men coming out of the Orbital factory across the road. I thought my heart was plumb gonna stop right then and there. That's the wrong plum. There's supposed to be a B on the end. Although it turned out the burglars were rather surprised and ran away to the north. I see, so it was the Sky Bandits, huh? So what you're saying then is that this house didn't incur a loss of any kind? Also, extra comma after then. Or I guess maybe it would be better to put one after saying too. Yeah, thanks to the mercy of the goddess. Can I ask you another thing? Did your husband coming home late mean that he went to the bar? If it was only that, that would be forgivable. In addition to being a no-good drinker, he's obsessed with this. Huh? Oh, I get it. You mean fishing, right? I see now. That's right, he loves fishing more than life itself. Just yesterday, he said something about catching some smelt and took off to the lake in the south. And on top of that, he still hasn't come back. So what you're saying is, he doesn't know anything about the incident? That's exactly what I'm saying. And when that good-for-nothing husband of mine gets home, he's going to get what for, let me tell you. Hi, honey, I'm home. Well, speak of the devil. Phew, what a day I had. I was fishing patiently all morning, but I have nothing to show for it. Oh, what's this? Do we have guests? You senile old man! My goodness, woman, what kind of fiery tempest has gotten into you? Don't you know it's rude to act like that in front of guests? If anyone's being rude, that would be you. I'm dumbfounded that my own husband can just take off to do what he likes at a time like this. Huh? What do you mean by a time like this? Maybe I should explain. Burglaries by Sky Bandits? You don't say. Now that is terrible. But to think that they hightailed it out of here after my wife hollered at them is hilarious. I guess they got to experience the Cecile effect firsthand. What did you just say? There have been a lot of people saying that lately. Well, let's all calm down now, shall we? But to think that these Sky Bandits came in the night like they did and then just disappeared like that. I wonder if it has anything to do with that thing he was talking about the other day. He? What do you mean? Oh right, you don't know him. He is my fishing buddy. He's staying at the inn down the lake shore to the south of here. If I remember right, he said something about seeing a strange bunch near the place the other night. A strange bunch? Now this sounds really interesting. Can you tell us a little more about what you've heard? Sure, I don't mind, but I'm just going to tell you up front that this is all hearsay. From what I heard, he just happened to see them by chance as he was out fishing during the night. He saw them leave by way of the inn's front door and then out onto the road. That's an interestingly worded sentence. However, when he asked around at the inn in the morning, it turned out that no one like that had stayed there the night before. Yeah, that is rather odd. So was there any type of burglary at the inn? No, nothing of the sort at all, in fact. It's quiet there, the meals are great, and it's, well, a place I'd recommend to anyone. But best of all, it's a prime fishing spot. Though there weren't any definitive clues related to the incident, we did manage to hear a few interesting bits. I concur. I especially liked the one that described all the delicious food at the inn. Priorities! That's not what we're talking about here. Although I did find the fishing part to be rather interesting. Unfortunately, if there's nothing going on there, then I guess it wouldn't be worth investigating. Actually, I think it's quite the opposite. If someone had been careless and caused a problem, the army would have thoroughly investigated it. Conversely, the possibility of the Sky Bandits appearing where there's nothing happening is rather high. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to think about it. And in light of this series of incidents, there's either a spy in the army or the Sky Bandits are a really clever bunch of thieves. It'll be extremely difficult to corner them only by investigating the incidents that have occurred. We'll need to get one step ahead of them by tracking their movements. I see, so what you're saying is that we should take an offensive stance rather than a defensive one? Then how about we get going? Off to the beautiful Valeria Lake, extolled in many a rhyme as the Pearl of Laburl. Alright, so we could continue, and we can finally go to the North Block again. Actually, is there anyone else we need to talk to here? Doors. So I think... Okay, wrong one. I think we can actually get Carnelia Chapter 4 now. So, let's see. His name is Libro and he reads books. Okay. And there we go, Carnelia Chapter 4. Don't think there's anything else we need to do before we head off to Valeria Lake. Okay, yeah. So, we'll go ahead and do that next time. I'm gonna call it here, and like I said, next time we will be investigating Valeria Lake. So I'll see you then.